Alright, friends, Mark of TechPinas here, and I'm with Mr. Of course, you already know him. He's Mr. Elijah Mendoza. He's the Product Marketing Manager of Starmobile, and today he's showing us. This is dubbed, Eli, as the fastest and most powerful phone by a local electronics company currently, and it's an upgraded version of their best-selling Starmobile Knight release from a couple of years ago, which still sells well up to now, di ba, Eli? Yes. And then this one is the follow-up. It's called the Starmobile Knight X. And it's a monster of a release. Go ahead, Eli. Tell us more about the product.
Alright, as you mentioned, this is the fastest Filipino phone ever made. This has a super octa-core processor. We have to emphasize super because there are a lot of octa-core phones out there right now. And this is the only one that deserves to be called super because it has an upgraded chipset that also has 3 gigabytes of RAM and LTE connectivity worldwide. We are the only ones with this type of phone in the Philippines.
Okay, Eli, this is an octa-core release. Just to clarify, because you've also released the Starmobile Octa,
yes,
which is also powered by a MediaTek MT6592 chipset, which is an octa-core processor, a true octa-core processor.
Yes.
But you're calling this a super octa-core ba? Tama, Eli?
Yes.
Phone, because the chipset is now even more powerful than the one in Octa.
It now has the second half of that octa-core is that it now has an A17 core. So that means it's really way beyond what the old chipset is capable of doing. This time around, you have a powerhouse that can handle gaming even better, and you have an upgraded GPU. So whether it's gaming or editing, you can do everything on the phone. This is simply unparalleled as of this moment. And
okay,
Starmobile has it.
So if you're a power user and then you demand the best internal specifications, this is the phone for you,
yes,
from Starmobile.
And not only that, if you travel around the world, the LTE connectivity in this phone is simply unparalleled. It has TDD and FDD LTE. That means you can use it in China, in the Middle East, or even in the US. It has
travel the world. It will support the LTE anywhere you go.
The fastest data services. It has 15 frequencies. That's even more than a few of our
international brands out there. Yeah.
15 frequencies, and it has something really special called TD-SCDMA. So,
can you tell us more about that, Eli?
Usually, these standards are locked into China.
Okay, so if you go there,
you can't use your smartphone for 3G services. Now you can with this Starmobile Knight X.
Wonderful. And then, Eli, we're talking about the power. We started with power kasi diba, that's what it's being called. What's the Antutu benchmark score, Eli?
Antutu benchmark.
Because of course, you can measure power in many ways, like actual gaming, touch performance. But for a lot of our geeky readers, for them, the Antutu benchmark score tells them talaga the level of power.
I have to tell you, this is an early engineering unit, and it's running version 2 of the Starmobile software. Now, usually we go through 5 versions before we release the actual retail version. But already we are scoring in at 43. When we began, we got around 30, and we customized it a few more times, and we got 37, and now we're at 43. So expect the final version of this to go way beyond what you're seeing right now. Especially yung snappiness niya, we've already addressed it. It's already running very smoothly. Typical of a Starmobile phone. Even for gaming, even high-end gaming, this phone will be able to handle all of it.
That's wonderful. So right now, I would say that this one has the highest Antutu benchmark score of any phone by a local manufacturer. Okay, and then Eli, so you talked about the Starmobile software, diba? This one, of course, runs the default or the vanilla interface, but you also tweak your software, diba? That's something that I've talked about Starmobile, because you don't just get it talaga na parang you're just offering kung ano yun nandyan, diba? Parang you try to also make it better for the Filipino consumers. Can you talk more about how Starmobile does that?
Well, I'm sure you know that when you have Android, it's not as easy as installing it on a phone and expecting it to run like any other phone out there. It's not like when you try to install Windows on your laptop or on your desktop that everything has come pre-packed. With Android, you really have to specify what you want the phone to do. So, for example, upon starting up, should it connect to the internet? Should it have data turned on by default? Should the brightness be at a particular setting or should it be at automatic? So all of these little tweaks, they add up to give Filipinos or the users better performance that they that they won't be able to see in any other brand.
But of course, speaking of tweaking the siguro the software of the phone to make it better for Filipinos, another area where you do that talaga best, I would say, is the camera performance. So let's talk about that, Eli. No?
Okay, so this is very special because this also has the best camera we've ever put on a phone. This has a Sony,
the best camera of all local phones, ba, Eli?
Yes,
Would you claim that?
Yes, I can claim that. It's very, very clear. This has a Sony X-R sensor.
This one is a 13 megapixel.
This is a 13 megapixel native camera with autofocus and a 5-piece lens. The aperture value is f2.2, so it's not so bad. It's not 2.0, but of course when you pair it already with an X-R sensor, it's already very bright given the situation.
So basically, it's really improved low light performance, fast, snappier shots,
and accurate colors. We're very particular with colors. We have a light box in the office, and we keep on testing our units. It's not
until you get it right now.
Yeah, there's a science to it, and you can't just claim that we have good colors. You have to be able to prove it in numerical value. So just everything is
numerical value talaga to. And then for the of course, you know me, I love selfies. For the selfies, can you just give us a demo for the selfies?
5 megapixel front camera.
So for the selfie, for selfies it's 5 megapixel.
There you go.
There you go.
You can see it. And we can see the brand of your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
But it's very crisp and clear naman yung quality. Yeah. So we've already covered the power, then the imaging performance, and Antutu benchmarks for. Let's go, Eli, to the display naman. What's the display type, the display size?
Okay, this is a 5.5-inch phone. So it has a 5.5-inch Full HD display. But what
it's a phablet, no?
It's a phablet.
You call it a phablet,
but don't let the big number, daunt you, because it has a 4.4 millimeter thin bezel. Okay. So it's very handy. Yeah. It's very handy.
For a 5.5 inch phone.
Remember, the 5.5 inch is coming out to be a sweet spot for big phones right now.
Yeah.
We're not the only one.
Yeah, there are a number of phones out there.
A number of phones out there.
But this one is actually smaller than some of those phones.
Yes, of course. And it has a certain degree of scratch resistance.
Okay. So, what's the exact glass type, Eli?
This one, well, it's not one of the branded ones.
But it's scratch resistant. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Another
the display type is IPS.
Yes, IPS. Yes.
Okay, so it looks the colors are very accurate.
Yes. And
looks
great.
And
right now, let's be honest. IPS LCD has been around for a while. The technology has been perfected.
Okay.
And the reliability above all is there. I mean, there are a lot of other technologies out there. We're not discounting them. They're all very good. But if you have to ask me, the most reliable has been the one that's been tested the most.
Yeah, on so many phones as well, di ba?
Another cool thing, Mark, is the Sync 2.0.
These are also your, I would say, your innovations, ano?
Yes.
Because you develop these applications. Okay.
I wish I could demo Sync right now, but I'll just walk you through some of the features. So remember, Starmobile Sync used to transfer contacts calendars through Bluetooth.
Yeah, for example, if you're coming from a feature phone, mas mabilis for you because some people, you medyo confuse sila on how to transfer contacts.
So right now, we're assuming na mas marami ng Android users, and they want to transfer Android to Android. Now you can do it via Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth. So if you're connected to a common Wi-Fi router, you can now transfer contacts, calendars, photos, videos, and music. So faster migration to a Starmobile device.
Okay, that's wonderful. And then Eli, we've covered that. Let's talk about, because I've also read the press release kanina. One of the things that na-notice ko kagad is how big the battery is. Malaki yung battery.
I almost missed out on that one. Thank you for reminding me. 5.5-inch device. Of course, you assume na malaki talaga. And you're right to assume that. That's 3,350 milliamperes. That's the largest we've ever put on a phone this size.
Is that also the largest battery on any Pinoy phone ever released?
No.
Hindi naman.
I won't make that claim because merong mas malaki.
Meron.
But for a 5.5 na ganitong caliber, we have the largest.
Okay, that's what we love about Starmobile.
So, yeah, of course, anybody can claim anything.
Yeah.
Pag naglabasan ng cards.
That's great. Yeah. Okay, so it has a big screen, a gorgeous display, big battery. NFC, you have the powerhouse inners, you have the NFC capability. Then also, there's something special about the Wi-Fi connectivity of this, Eli.
This has Wi-Fi AC. So, what's standard right now is Wi-Fi N. So,
ano ibig sabihin doon, Eli?
Di ba standards yun? 802.11, A, B, G.
Yeah.
And then the latest is AC. N is like, you have a router, it broadcasts in a circular pattern up to 300 Mbps. AC has this particular quality that once it detects your AC device, it beams all the power straight to your device, so it doesn't waste broadcasting the internet connectivity to a place where there's no user. So yeah, you can be farther from the router and still enjoy high-speed connectivity via Wi-Fi.
So merong iba, di ba, if you're using a phone na without that connectivity support, parang pag lumalayo ka na, humihina na. So this one, of course, it will deteriorate, pero hindi siya ganun katindi.
Yes, maganda to pagka meron kang fiber connection sa bahay or LTE connection. Oh, one more thing. See this little thing right here? There's an IR blaster.
Wow, that's a rarity now.
Yeah, I know.
So you can use this as a remote.
As a remote control, exactly.
Do you have an app for that, or it also supports apps?
It depends on the manufacturer of the device.
Okay.
If they have an app, you can install it and then you can use this as a remote.
Siguro if there are apps that they can download, then baka mag-work din siya. Okay, that's wonderful. When can they expect to get this one from the Starmobile stores or kiosks or your partner retailers?
It will be available soon. I can say that much. Okay, I'll get back to you on the exact retail dates, and of course, I'll share with you the pricing. It's below 20K, but here's the thing. You heard everything that we just said about this phone, and none of it points to this phone as being below 20K. This is simply a feature-packed phone, and getting it at any price below 20K is really amazing.
That's wonderful. And then you have the black, diba? Will this be available in other colors?
Right now it's only actually it's dark gray if you want to be technical about
dark
it.
Gray.
But yeah, it looks like the Starmobile logo is almost in black.
Yeah.
And it has this texture in the back.
Okay, so kanina we've talked about all the specs and that. Can you talk about the design before we wrap up the video?
Oh yeah, sure. As you can see, this is their first phone na iba na yung orientation. I mean,
before kasi
it used to be pa ganyan.
Yeah,
it's a little symbolic. Starmobile is turning over a new leaf. We're being more aggressive right now. You've seen how we've done our promotions before. We're taking it to a whole new level right now. We're leveling up from the usual. That's why you'll see it. It's going to be evident not just in our products, it's in our posters or packaging, the way we talk.
Yeah. And also, pati nga itong mga design dito, very gorgeous. And then it's also textured, di ba, Eli?
Yes.
This one,
it has this little checkered pattern here in the back. So, hindi
it
siya
also adds traction when you're holding it para hindi siya madaling mag-slip. Then, and of course, as we said, hindi siya medyo fingerprint magnet, di ba? Hindi siya ganun. It's very, this one is real metal ba to, Eli, or metallic?
This is chrome plated.
Chrome plated. So it's very gorgeous.
Yeah.
Parang metal ata talaga itong mga buttons niya. Very, very high-end looking. Like what I said, like what Eli said, this is a phone na when you think about everything that it gives you, parang more than 20K ang presyo nito. But then
25, if you ask me.
Yeah. But then as sabi nga ni Eli, they're promising that this is going to cost less than 20,000, which I think is amazing. Hopefully they make it talaga very affordable, di ba?
Yeah.
So more people can enjoy it. But offhand, I'm really looking forward to it. I love the display, the battery life. Eli, by the way, it's a big battery, but ano yung more or less the battery life is going to be how long?
This can last for a maximum of around 14 hours talk time. And it's precisely because of the architecture of the Octa core.
14 hours.
Yeah.
That's not bad, di ba? Parang yung
very good for an Octa.
Yeah, very good. It's a kind of battery life na pag hindi mo kailangan magsaksak sa opisina.
Yes.
Parang gano'n. That's Mr. Elijah Mendoza, TV friends. He's the product marketing manager of Starmobile. And this one is the Starmobile Knight X. Wonderful device. This is going to be your flagship for December until Q1 na ba to, Eli, of 2015?
Oh yeah.
Diba?
This is the Knight X. This is the phone. The phone.
Alright, wonderful TV friends. This is Starmobile Knight X. Mr. Elijah Mendoza. Thumbs up!